All right, folks, welcome to 90.90 Quadratic here for your second part of your Algebra 2 quiz 5.1 to 5.4 review video. All right, as always, we are brought to you by Coffee Espresso here in town and Chinatown. All right, number one, folks, simplify. Simply combine like terms. You're going to do 6 minus a negative 2 with the x squared. That's going to give you 8x squared. 6 minus a negative 2 is the 8x squared. All right, then you have 7x minus a negative 5. 7 minus a negative 5 would be 7 plus 5. You got 12x. Then you have 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4 is 7. That is your answer. Guys, on 10, that's where we got to do a little distribution. Here we got a 6x to the third plus 15x minus 2x to the third. A negative times a negative is a positive 8x. Combine like terms, this and this go together. So you got a 4x to the third. 15 plus 8 would be 23x. All right, here on 11, distributes. Everything's multiplied by 6. Got 18x squared plus 12x plus 42 minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 12. Combine like terms, the x squareds go together. 18 minus 3 gives you 15x squared. 12x and 6x gives you 18x. Then you have 42 plus 12, 54. All right, so then it's kind of bombs away here. X times x squared is x to the third, plus 4x squared comes next, and then finally x times 5 is 5x. Then it's the negative 3's turn. Negative 3 times x squared, negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 4x minus 12x. Lastly, negative 3 times 5 minus 15. Combine like terms, the x cube's on its own, but then you have 4x squared minus 3x squared. That's x squared. Then you have 5x minus 12x minus 7x. Then negative 15's on its own. All right, here on 13, distribute again. 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. 2x squared times a negative 2 is minus 4x squared. Negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times negative 2 is 6x. 7 times x. 7 times negative 2. Combine like terms here. You're going to have 2x to the third minus 7x squared plus 13x, that minus 14 by itself there. And lastly, we're going to FOIL with this one. 5 and 3 gives you 15x times x squared is x to the third. Then you have 3x times 3x, that's 9x squared. Minus, that'll give you 10x squared. Negative 2 times 3x is 6x. That's and that's together give you minus x squared minus 6x. All right. On your quiz, you won't have as many of those, but these are all just good practice. You will have 2 on your quiz, like 15 and 16. Everything is divisible by 3, and from all of these terms, you can take an x away. So that's what we're doing. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Take an x away. 1x left, it's x to the third plus 27 divided by 3 is 9. Take an x away, x squared minus 18 divided by 3 is 6. Take x away, it's just x, and that's your answer. Everything here is divisible by 5, so you're going to divide everything by 5, and you can take 2 x's and 2 y's away from every term. 50 divided by 5 gives you 10. I'm going to take the 2 x's away. If I had 5, subtract 2, it's now x to the third. Y the fourth divided by y squared is y squared. Minus 35 divided by 5 is 7. 4 minus 2 for the x's would give you x squared. This has y squared, but you're taking away y squared. No more y's left there. All right, let's try some with synthetic division. Then we'll pause here. When you do synthetic division, you always set what you're dividing by equal to 0. X equal minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 2 goes in what we call the cubby. 3 for 3x squared, negative 2 for the x. 9 for your constants. Bring that 3 down because you're really doing 3x squared divided by 1x. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Then you always do cubby times this number, 6, and you add these two together, 4. Cubby times this number, 8, add them together, 17. You start with 3x squared, you're dividing by x, so your answer is going to have 1 power less. This is going to be 3x. After x comes the constant, that's a positive 4. This is your remainder, it's a positive. You write it as 17 over what you divided by. That would be your answer. Here on 18, set x plus 3 equal to 0. X equals negative 3 goes in this cubby. 4x to the third, negative 8x squared, 5x, negative 13. Bring down the 4, negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12. Add them together, you get negative 20. Negative 3 times 20 is 60. Add them together, you get 65. Negative 3 times 65 is negative 195. Add them together, negative 208 is your remainder. You started with 4x to the third, which you divided an x away. 1 power less would be 4x squared minus 20. That would be x. 65 would be my constants. Minus 208 is my remainder over x plus 3. On this one, set x plus 2 equal to 0. You get x is negative 2. Negative 2 goes in the cubby. 5 for 5x to the third. 0, there's no x squared term, so put a 0 there. Then a negative 8 for the 8x, then 11. Bring the 5 down. Negative 2 times 5 is a negative 10. Add them together, you get negative 10. Negative 2 times negative 10 is 20. Add them together, you get 12. Negative 2 times 12 is a negative 24. Add them together, you get negative 13. That's your remainder. Started with 5x to the third, 1 power less because you're dividing by x. This is going to be 5x squared minus 10x, 1 power less. 12 is your constant plus 12. Negative 13 is your remainder, so you write it as minus 13 over x plus 2. Finally, on this one here, set x minus 1 equal to 0. You get x is 1 equals 1 goes in the cubby. 2 for x to the fourth. 0x to the third. There's no x third term, so you put 0. Minus 3 for x squared. 8 for x minus 13. Bring the 2 down. 2 times 1 is 2. Add them together, you get 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Add these together, negative 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Add them together, you get 7. 1 times 7 is 7. You got a remainder of negative 6. If you started with 2x to the fourth, this is going to be 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 1x. 7 is your constant. Negative 6 is your remainder. All right, this is video 2 for your 5.1, 5.4 quiz review. This is 90.90 quadratic. Signing out.